In this video, we're comparing the Detroit Series 60 and the DD15 engines across three critical areas: performance, reliability, and repair costs. If you're currently in the market for a semi-truck and trying to decide between these two popular engine platforms, this breakdown will help you make a more informed decision. With the world shifting toward greener energy and stricter emission standards, manufacturers have had to adapt and innovate quickly. This demand for cleaner, more efficient engines has pushed the industry forward, forcing manufacturers like Detroit to develop better systems to meet customer needs while also complying with environmental regulations. While forced innovation can bring challenges, it also often results in meaningful improvements that benefit the industry in the long run. Starting with performance, the Detroit Series 60 14-liter engine delivers an impressive 515 horsepower and 1,850 pound-feet of torque. It features a compression ratio of 17:1, a bore of 160 mm, and a stroke of 168 mm. The engine's dry weight comes in at 2,557 pounds. The Series 60 fuel system typically operates between 60 and 70 psi, relying on internal injection solenoids, an injector plunger, and the mechanical downward force of the injector rocker arm. Some models came equipped with a turbo actuator for improved performance. However, one of the weak points in this engine was its early after-treatment system, which was Detroit's first attempt at emissions control. These systems often struggled with reliability and became known as a source of headaches for truck owners. On the other hand, the DD15 engine, first released in 2009, represents a more modern approach to engine design. Over the years, Detroit has made significant improvements to the platform, particularly with the fifth-generation model. The DD15 delivers 505 horsepower and 1,850 pound-feet of torque, with a slightly larger displacement of 14.8 liters. Its compression ratio is an ultra-high 21:1, and it features a bore of 139 mm with a stroke of 163 mm. It can reach cylinder combustion pressures up to 3,625 psi, giving it high thermal efficiency. This engine includes a fixed turbo design, which reduces turbo lag and provides a more immediate torque response. It also uses a swirl-style piston design and a redesigned intake port that improves combustion. Fuel is delivered through an 11,000 psi common rail fuel system, which contributes to more efficient and powerful engine operation. The dry weight of the DD15 is around 2,900 pounds. Oil pressure at idle sits around 17 psi and increases to 50 psi at 2,300 rpm. One of the key performance advantages of the DD15 is its broad torque band. It delivers over 1,550 pound-feet of torque starting at just 900 rpm and maintains it up to 1,500 rpm, compared to the Series 60, which doesn't reach peak torque until 1,200 rpm. This means the DD15 provides more low-end power, reduces turbo lag, and creates a smoother and more responsive driving experience, particularly during heavy loads and long hauls. When it comes to reliability, the Detroit Series 60 earned its reputation from the earlier pre-emission models, which were known for their simplicity and durability. These engines could run reliably for many miles with minimal issues. However, as emissions regulations came into play and Detroit was forced to retrofit the Series 60 with after-treatment systems, the engine began to lose its reputation for reliability. The backward engineering required to add these systems created design inefficiencies, making them more prone to failure. While tuning and software updates can help improve performance and reliability, increasing horsepower or pushing the engine harder can accelerate wear and tear. Another challenge with the Series 60 is the abundance of low-cost aftermarket parts that often compromise quality, making it harder to maintain consistent repair outcomes. The DD15, particularly in its early years, also struggled with reliability. The first production models had numerous issues, especially with emissions components. To address these problems, Daimler created a dedicated company in 2010 called Blutech to focus exclusively on improving after-treatment systems. Despite initial challenges, Blutech's technology gradually evolved, and by the 2017 model year, the DD15 had become significantly more dependable. With over a decade of data and improvements, BlueTech's after-treatment systems are now considered among the most reliable in the industry. These improvements make the newer DD15 engines a much more solid choice in terms of long-term reliability, especially when compared to earlier versions or late-model Series 60s with added emissions equipment. As for cost of repairs, both engines can be expensive to maintain, especially given current market conditions, where parts shortages and inflation have driven up costs across the board. While the Series 60 may seem more budget-friendly because of lower part prices, that lower cost often comes with a trade-off in quality. Using substandard parts can result in more frequent breakdowns and reduced engine lifespan. Meanwhile, the DD15's more advanced technology and emission systems mean higher maintenance costs, particularly related to its after-treatment components. However, with the improved reliability of later model DD15s, these expenses can be more predictable and manageable over time. Regardless of which engine you choose, having a consistent and well-planned maintenance budget is essential. Proper care, routine service, and using quality parts will always play a crucial role in extending the life and performance of any engine. At the end of the day, both engines have their strengths and weaknesses. The Series 60 offers proven performance and a long history of durability, especially in its pre-emission form, but it falls short with emission systems and aftermarket part quality. The DD15, while more complex and initially problematic, has grown into a reliable and efficient platform, especially in models built after 2017. Ultimately, how you maintain the engine and the quality of parts and service you use will determine its long-term performance and reliability. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe and let us know about your experience with either engine in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until next time, be safe out there.